This is Rummy's Corner. Is Moses Itauma really the new Iron Mike Tyson? We've all heard the comparisons, but is there actually any truth to them? Like Tyson before him, Itauma is an exciting young heavyweight powerhouse with a lot of potential. And that, right there, is where the comparisons begin and end at this point in time. These comparisons undoubtedly began when Itauma first turned professional with the stated goal of breaking Tyson's record as the youngest heavyweight champion in history. That didn't happen. When Tyson stopped Berbick in November 1986, he became the youngest heavyweight to ever win a major world title. His age was 20 years, 4 months, and 22 days. And by that point, Tyson was a perfect 28-0 with 26 wins by way of knockout. All of that happened in a mere 565 days, which is inconceivable in modern boxing. By the time Itauma reached the same age, he had just 12 fights, and it took 848 days to get there from the time his career began. The fight game is different today. Up-and-comers are not as active as they were back then, and the stated goal was always a bit unrealistic in modern boxing. In terms of fighting style and physical attributes, there aren't many similarities between the two. In fact, there are probably more differences than similarities. Tyson was 5'10" and weighed under 222 in every one of his first 28 contests, whereas Itauma is listed at 6'4½", weighing anywhere from 235 to 254. Tyson was an orthodox pressure fighter who used a peekaboo style, where Itauma is a heavy-handed athletic southpaw who is more of a counterpuncher. Tyson typically worked his way inside to create his own openings, whereas Itauma prefers the mid-range where he can bait opponents into overextending. To date, Itauma is 13-0 with 11 wins by knockout, but those two fights that went the distance came early in his career during scheduled 6-rounders. Since then, he never heard the bell to begin round 3. During those 13 fights, he has only fought 26 rounds, 2 per fight. Point here being, Itauma is largely untested and unproven. His stamina hasn't truly been tested in the professional ranks, nor has his ability to take a good punch. But what he has proven so far is that he has very fast hands, a tremendous ability to counter, and he has devastating knockout power in both hands. But until his stamina is truly tested, and his ability to absorb a good punch, and his ability to quickly recuperate after being hurt, questions will remain. In contrast, Tyson was tested during his quick ascent when he became the youngest heavyweight to win a major world title. Tyson's first truly big test came in his 20th fight against James "Quick" Tillis. This was the first fight in his career where Tyson began answering the same type of questions about his endurance and his chin. At the end of the night, Tillis made a great account of himself and did what no other Tyson opponent had done before him. He lasted the 10-round distance, ending Tyson's streak of 19 consecutive knockout victories. Tyson was awarded a unanimous decision victory. Tyson proved his conditioning was top-notch yet again in his very next fight when he won a 10-round unanimous decision against Mitch "Blood" Green. And it might also be worth noting his 10th round knockout against Jose Ribalta. Point being, Itauma is at a point that he is in the exact same type of position that Tyson was in as he was gaining experience and climbing the ranks. In fairness to Itauma, nobody they've put in front of him has been able to test him to date. A lot of people thought Dempsey McKean might be the man to test him, because McKean previously made a pretty good account of himself against hard-hitting heavyweight contender Filip Hrgović, and he did not score the stoppage against McKean until the 12th and final round. Itauma made quick work of him with a wonderful display of power, stopping him in the opening round. Then last time, many believed that longtime contender Dillian Whyte would be the one to properly test the young powerhouse. But that didn't happen either. Instead, the fight wound up being a complete and total mismatch where Itauma blasted White out in impressive fashion, stopping him in the opening round as well. That one lasted less than 2 minutes. In a very real way, I think Itauma's toughest fight to date was his fourth bout against Kevin Espindola. It was only a 6-rounder, and officially, the ref judging the fight had it a shutout in favor of Itauma. But Espindola was able to do a lot of little things to offset what Itauma was trying to do. He was clever and crafty with his approach, spoiling Itauma's best efforts, and the young powerhouse was never able to figure out a way to consistently deliver his power with mean effect. That fight was less than 3 years ago, but Itauma has improved considerably since that time. And I do believe this was one of the best learning experiences he ever got as a professional. Espindola was able to have success against Itauma in ways that McKean and White were not. Coming up later this month on the 28th of March, Itauma will be back in action when he squares off against Jermaine Franklin. This fight was originally scheduled for January but got pushed back after Itauma suffered a bicep injury. Franklin's professional record stands at 24-2, with 15 wins coming by way of knockout. His only 2 losses to date are a unanimous decision loss against former 2-time heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua, and also a majority decision loss against the aforementioned Dillian White. Since losing those back-to-back fights against White and AJ, Franklin is now on a 3-fight winning streak. And in fairness to Franklin, there were a number of observers who believed that he did enough to deserve the victory against White. Regardless, the fact that Franklin has never been stopped, not even against a tremendous puncher like Joshua, that makes Franklin a strong candidate to be the one who finally tests Itauma, where maybe we'll get some answers here. Until we get those answers, however, any talks comparing Moses Itauma with Iron Mike Tyson, outside of both beginning as exciting young explosive punchers with a lot of potential, are premature to say the least. And honestly, they're a little unfair to someone so young who has accomplished so little to date. And yet the comparisons are understandable, because boxing fans love a good puncher at heavyweight. Beyond that, it was a strong marketing tactic, because Itauma is already well known among die-hard heavyweight fans, and he's becoming a bigger name with each subsequent victory. Will Itauma continue his undefeated streak later this month? Find out on the 28th of March, live exclusively on DAZN, when the young powerhouse Moses Itauma takes on the Iron Chin Jermaine Franklin. And we have more exciting heavyweight action to look forward to on DAZN as well. On the 4th of April, Derek Chisora takes on Deontay Wilder in a heavyweight slugfest at the twilight of their careers. Then on the 9th of May, Fabio Wardley will make the first defense of his WBO heavyweight title against former IBF heavyweight champion Daniel Dubois. What do you think of the comparisons between Moses Itauma and Iron Mike Tyson? Let me know. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed and have a wonderful night. This is Rummy's Corner.